speak this little prayer. God's light surrounds me, God's love enfolds me, God's power protects me, the presence of God watches over me, wherever I am, God is. When the cold winds start to blow and they beat upon your door, every night will have its dawn. Hold this thought as you hold on. God's light surrounds you, God's love enfolds you, God's power protects you, the presence of God watches over you, wherever you are, God is. We all hear the Spirit call. It's a small world after all, bound together in and through this one common simple truth. God's light surrounds us, God's love enfolds us, God's power protects us, the presence of God watches over us, wherever we are, God is. God's light surrounds us, God's love enfolds us, God's power protects us, the presence of God watches over us, wherever we are, God is. And all is well.
Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you all here. You know, it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You know, and I was thinking as I was kind of preparing the welcome this morning, I'm thinking, wow, you know, just so much love within this group here at our spiritual home, our spiritual family. And I'm thinking, just in the few weeks that, you know, I've been kind of stepping in for Reverend Luce, I'm thinking, so many wonderful things have shown me what a generous spiritual family that we are. We are doing that. You know, we step forward and put that effort out to help those that, you know, had some challenges due to Hurricane Ian. And then, you know, we said, okay, we're all part of this oneness. Let's take care of each other. You know, and then we have our Thanksgiving coming up, and we've got these donations and financial and money donating and grants and so forth. And we still got a little bit to go. Consider giving just a little bit more to that because, you know, we want to bless those people out there who are part of our family and who may have challenges. So let's just give one last push here. And then, you know, and finally, you know, a couple of weeks ago, we announced about the carpeting. We're a little short of almost 1/3 of the way there already. I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, you guys are so generous. I think it just fills my heart with that. And I want you right now, you're going to turn to the left, turn to the right, back behind you, and I want to just say, love ya, love ya, love ya, love ya, love you. And And then to our virtual audience, let's just say, love ya. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So our guest speaker today is Reverend Virginia Walsh. She was ordained by Unity Worldwide Ministries in 1995. Like I've told you in the past, last week, she has served Unity Ministries in Kissimmee, Tampa, and Lutz, Florida. She is the founding minister of Unity North Tampa, where she served there from 2007 to 2021. She also volunteered with a bilingual Unity Center in Costa Rica, which would be really cool, and a humanitarian project in Honduras. She was a member of the Unity Institute, a missions team for several years, and has held various offices for the Suncoast Unity Ministers for several years. So we're happy to have her here today with us in just a few moments. And as part of our gratitude, let's just take a moment and center ourselves in the stillness, center ourselves in all this beautiful abundance that surrounds us here in our spiritual home. And just take a deep breath in and breathe in that wonderful abundance and that beautiful joy and peace and harmony that surrounds us. And just release as we exhale all of those things that are not to our best advantage. And let us realize, just like the song that just said, wherever we are, God is. We are that human spiritual being that walks as God is. And we do this as a divine spirit, with divine spirit, through divine spirit, to make us the best people, the persons, family, whatever we have to be. And with this, we are so grateful. And as we step out each day, let's step out with this new creation of who we are and showing the best that we can be, and knowing that, like I said, God is right here, right now. Thank you, God. Amen. Thank you. And let's do our affirmation for oneness right now. There is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God the good, all-powerful, all-knowing, everywhere present, right here, right now, God. Thank you, thank you. And our daily word for the day, wonderful word, joy. Joy. I delight in simple joys is the affirmation for today. Joy, it has been said, comes much more from wanting what we have than from having what we want. Think about that. Reflecting on this thought, I embrace the simple joys that this day offers. I enjoy my morning coffee or tea, savoring its flavor and fragrance. Walking through my neighborhood, I greet friends, smile at people I haven't met, and enjoy the fresh air. I find satisfaction in taking care of my home, working at my job, or helping a friend. Even if I am not with them today, I feel joy as I think of my connection with the people I care most about. Focusing on problems. My greatest joy is my awareness that wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, God is always with me. And from Psalm 16:11, you show me the path of life. In your presence, there is fullness of joy. In your right hand are pleasures forevermore. Thank you. And let's get ready as we prepare for meditation. Let's settle into the stillness with our song, our meditation song, as we prepare for Reverend Walsh. Thank you very much.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. I'm more loving every moment, every day. I surrender every moment, every day.
So I invite you now to join me in this time of meditation. And we began by finding that comfortable position in the chair, relaxing and allowing the chair to support the weight of your body, just as we know we are always supported by Spirit within us. Closing our outer eyes, we bring our attention inward. Centering within, we bring our attention also to our heart space. For today, we are focusing on that power of divine love to heal us on every level of our being. And we know that our spiritual power of divine love is the healing, harmonizing power of the divine that is who we are, right here, right now, and always. So I invite you to relax deeply by taking a few deep breaths, breathing down into the belly so that the belly expands as you breathe in. And then exhale fully, releasing as much air as you can. Again, breathing deeply down into the belly, we welcome the breath. We welcome Spirit. And we exhale, releasing any concerns. One more time, we breathe in deeply, feeling that peace of God within. And exhale gently. And now I invite you to let your breath find that natural rhythm. Notice the breath coming in and going out. The animating breath of life. And if you'd like to, I invite you to put one or both hands over your heart. And so we know this is not only the area of the physical heart, but the area of the energy and vibration of divine love. Centered in this vibration of healing, harmonizing love. Take a moment to feel yourself enfolded in light and love. Feel the warmth of your hands over your heart. That is your energy of life that you feel. And just imagine that that beautiful, powerful vibration of divine love is vibrating in every part of your body, in every cell of your body temple. Think of each cell radiant with the light of God, releasing any dis-ease or imbalances in your body temple. Knowing that God with you, within you and as you, is much greater than any challenge, much greater than any illness or dis-ease. You might even begin to feel your body vibrating with this power of love. And so continue to think about the magnificent power within you, bringing you into balance, expressing as vibrant, radiant health, as strength, as energy, beautiful, balancing, harmonizing energy, bringing all areas of your life into balance and harmony. You may even feel your energy now extending past your body, this energy of love that you are. For you are radiating love wherever you are. For you are the love of God in expression. As we move into the silence, I invite you to send that loving energy to any part of your body that you know may not be in balance. Affirming that it is doing its mighty work to bring you into wholeness. And I invite you to affirm in the silence, I am the radiant life of God. Vibrant health is my divine inheritance. Let us hold those thoughts in the silence. I invite you to take another deep breath now. And just notice how you're feeling. Notice if there's any resistance within to this idea of your healing, and let it go. For no matter what we have learned or what we've experienced, the truth is that our natural state of being is vibrant, good health, and well-being. Feel a gratitude in your heart for this truth, manifesting now, not only in you, but in the lives and bodies of your loved ones. And we extend this love, and now take your hands off of your heart if you haven't yet, holding your palms outward, as we send love to all people everywhere, affirming well-being for all of life on our beautiful planet. Damos gracias por la sabiduría que estamos seres espirituales y nuestra naturaleza es salud perfecta. Our truth is good health, radiant, vibrant health, allowing us to fully enjoy this human journey. We give thanks for all the ways that we are blessed, and for the knowing that as divine beings, health is our inheritance. And so it is. Amen. Our inheritance is indeed good health. We are meant to be healthy and whole. But of course, when we go through this human experience, there are beliefs we've learned, there are experiences we have that may say to us, no, everybody gets sick. You know, the flu's going around, COVID's going around. You know, I'm getting older now, so I'm a little creaky, more creaky than I was. Or whatever version that is for you. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore realized that we are eternal beings and that we are always youthful in spirit, right? We're only as mature as we think we are. And you know that psychologically, we are told that most of us think that we are actually, most of us feel as if we were 13 years younger than our chronological age. I don't know how they came to that number, but I do. I feel a lot younger than my chronological age. I wanted to share a little story with you about an elderly man that went into the doctor for his checkup, and the doctor looks at him and says, "Wow, you look great. What have you been doing?" And he said, "Well, doctor, I did what you told me to do." He said, "What? What did I tell you?" He said, "You told me to get a hot mama." And the doctor said, "What? I didn't tell you that. I said you have a heart murmur." Yeah, we really hear what we want to hear, right? Well, this thing called good health is something that we all want, because our life without good health is not very enjoyable. And so it's the desire of all of us to have good, vibrant health. And yet we all experience times of illness. One thing to remember is this too shall pass, because all is able to be healed in spirit. And I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen tumors disappear. I've seen healings of various kinds. I have had my own spiritual healing. And in Unity we believe that our spiritual work is to cooperate with the medical professionals. Charles and Myrtle were okay with other people going to medical professionals if they needed that. They themselves felt that they could heal without medical help, which they did, and they helped others to heal. Spiritual healing does have, being sick, it can be a very serious thing. It can upset our life completely, or the illness in a loved one, if it's a serious illness, can turn our lives upside down. And sometimes when we're ill, we feel, maybe you have had that experience, like your body is the enemy. Like, why are you collapsing on me? Why am I having all this pain? Why am I struggling with this illness? And we feel sometimes like the body's the enemy, but it is not. And so we want to find that imbalance so we can come back to full health and well-being. So there have been a lot of studies about why we don't heal. And there are a lot of psychological reasons for not healing. Do you know, sometimes we see a benefit in being ill. And you may think, what? But sometimes if we're not feeling loved and nurtured, we might have a minor illness, so we get an attention and a little extra loving. Or we may be using subconscious. Some of the reasons that we don't heal is that we might think that God is punishing us and that we deserve to be punished. But we know in unity that God is not a punishing God. But God is that infinite life force and source. And so it does not punish us. We suffer the consequences of our poor choices, but we are not being punished by God. The other is that we might believe that we have inherited illness, but Myrtle proved that wrong. Myrtle Fillmore, our co-founder, and of Unity. As we know, she was diagnosed with terminal illness of TB. They didn't have the treatment for it, but she healed through prayer. And then, of course, there are times when we just get so afraid that we can't handle the illness, that we won't recover, and we get paralyzed by fear and stuck in the illness and the fear of it. We might be holding on to anger or resentments. These are some causes of us not being able to heal. Guilt is another one. And maybe we believe we don't deserve to heal, that God doesn't love us, other people don't love us, who cares if I'm sick? We may not feel worthy also of God's healing energy coming to us to restore our body. So whatever is going on in our consciousness, what thoughts we are thinking, what emotions we are feeling, our body hears these thoughts, our body feels these emotions. And this can work both ways. If we are holding positive, loving thoughts, we can heal. If we're holding on to guilt, resentment, anger, and fear, it inhibits the healing process. And so we've known, in Unity has been teaching this for over 100 years, that our thoughts create our reality. And so we need to be mindful of what thoughts we are thinking and what emotions, too, that we are holding, because those vibrations are very important to our state of being on all levels. So, let's see if I can get this right. Do I aim it right that? So, there it is in writing. Thoughts and feelings cause physical changes in our bodies. Think about every thought you think is something that your body hears and feels. Whoops. This is when we are thinking about, oh, I'm much older now, I don't think I can do this anymore. Or, oh, my mother had this problem, and so of course I have it, and all these other negative thoughts that come up. Everybody gets sick, and boy, this one's really hard to heal. The doctors don't think I'm that. We know that's not true. The difficulty is that a lot of times we listen to that voice of authority and just accept it and not knowing that we don't have to accept it. And if there are any medical professionals here, let me tell you that I do fully support you. And that I also want to do my spiritual work for my healing. So these thoughts and feelings, now scientists are telling us that with every thought and feeling, there is a cascade of neuropeptides. Not sure what those are. Sounds real scientific. Sounds really important. And they are. Because they create, this is a chain in our neurological system that changes the hormones, which change the function of the body. So we do know there is a lot of biological research going on now. You may have also heard that term, the psychoneuroimmunology. That's a 75-cent word. Psychoneuroimmunology means that our state of consciousness affects our neurological system and can either strengthen or weaken our immune system, basically. Is what we know about that. So what do we do about that? One of the first things we want to do is be aware of what am I thinking and feeling. Now we have tens of thousands of thoughts, they say, they professionals who count our thoughts, I guess. I don't know how they come up with these numbers, 40,000, 50,000, 122 thoughts a day, I don't know. But we have a lot of thoughts, don't we, going through our head. And so, but we're also, in conjunction with that, having a lot of flux in our emotions. It's just like on Sunday you go out of here and you're all high and feeling great and loving and peaceful and joyful, and then you get in traffic and what happens? You might lose that joy. Or somebody says something to offend you and your emotions change, your vibration changes, our vibration changes, because it happens to me too. And so what we can do though is notice how we're feeling. Really important. What vibration are we holding? Are we in peace? Are we content? Or are we upset? Are we anxious? Are we angry? Are we resentful? Are we feeling guilty? Do we feel bad about ourselves? Are we depressed? Or are we content? The word content doesn't get enough publicity, I think. For me, that contentment is spiritual confidence, peace that comes from knowing who we are as spiritual beings, and that all of us have the ability to heal, no matter the situation or condition. And so we monitor our emotions, because if we are not feeling at least neutral, if not peaceful and joyful, then we're not supporting good health in our body. So we can observe what's going on. And the more we observe, the more we become aware of when our emotions shift. And also we can become more aware of that, as Eckhart Tolle says, the heat of anger arising when we get irritated, or whatever emotion is coming up. And we can monitor and manage our emotions so that we stay at least in a neutral zone, if not in a more joyful, positive attitude. And those of you who've been on the spiritual path for a long time, and I'm sure many of you have, you begin to notice more and more that you just feel good for no reason. Nothing in the outer has changed. You just feel good. So that's what they call causeless joy. It's our natural state of being, causeless joy. So one of my favorite teachers on healing is Louise Hay. And Louise Hay has written these wonderful books, You Can Heal Your Body, You Can Heal Your Life. And I use her You Can Heal Your Life all the time. It's my ongoing spiritual practice to use that book, because she's got so many good practices in it. And Louise Hay says that for most of us, one of our biggest problems in not healing is that we don't love ourselves. Because in our first few years of life, and this happens to everybody, no matter how great your parents were, that we develop beliefs that we're not good enough, that we aren't lovable, that there's something wrong with us. And unless we change that, we carry it into adult life, and it affects everything in our life. As Louise Hay said, when we love and appreciate ourselves, everything in our life works better. And so because we've had programming that way, we need to make effort to shift into, I love myself, I am lovable, I am worthy. And so as we really feel that, we are in a higher vibration. Because if we don't love ourselves, we can't be going around with positive, loving thoughts. If we don't love ourselves, we don't love others. So this practice of learning to love yourself and practicing self-affirming ideas, putting those in your consciousness, helps us to raise our vibration to a place of peace and joy. So several years ago, I had a terrible, terrible sinus infection, one of those head pounding, fever, body aches, can't breathe. You know, I don't know if anybody else has ever been there. If you haven't, don't go there. So I did what I normally do, because this is how I approach healing for myself. The first thing I want to know is why. And so I get still and I ask something like, what do I need to know about this condition in order to release it? Or what thought created this condition in me? And so at that time, I went into meditation, I centered within, and I said, what do I need to know about this condition? And I was shocked by this wave of self-hatred that came over me as I was getting to a deeper level of it. So it was, one more time, renew my practice of loving myself to allow the healing to happen. Every time there is an an illness or an imbalance in the body, we can ask within, what is the thought behind this? What belief do I need to release? And the ego comes up with the craziest things, the most illogical, insane ideas. And it's like, what? How can that be in my consciousness? But we do find that that's going on. And so once I get inside and I get tuned inside to my inner wisdom and I discover what it is, then I can do something about it. Then I can create denials and affirmations to release it. So as Louise Hay taught us, that we can heal, but it begins with loving ourselves and loving others. When our relationships are loving, then our bodies are healthier. And I have something to share with you about that in a moment. But she also says that the 4 things that keep us from healing the most are criticism, fear, guilt, and resentment. Guilt is one of those funny things that it's like a belief that we need to be punished. And then we get sick because we believe we need to be punished. The fear, of course, can paralyze us so that we don't do the inner work or take actions for our healing. And then, of course, the guilt, as I said, and resentment is one of the worst. Holding on to old hurts, holding on to bitter feelings of being hurt or betrayed, resentments, they feel so negative, doesn't it, to think about resentments? And the thing is, whoever was involved in that, whatever experience you had, they probably have no idea that you're suffering all of this resentment. Then every time we hold on to resentment, we just cause ourselves more and more pain. And that resentment can eat away at the body. And Louise Hay said, resentment long held can turn into cancer. So if anybody has cancer, I say to them, do your forgiveness work. Do your forgiveness work. And many have healed by using forgiveness, have healed from cancer. So the key to the healing is love. Love is a key element in physical healing. And this is a quote from Unity Minister Robert Brummett. Love is a key element. As I said, if we don't love ourselves, love our bodies, you know, when your body is ill and we think of it as the enemy, we're not loving it. When Myrtle was healing, she apologized to her body for the negative thoughts that she had been holding about her body. And then she began to send love to every organ in her body. And she said, I will no longer think about you as weak, but I will know the truth that you are strong and whole and well. It was part of her process of her healing. Research has also shown that love fosters healing. They did a study of married people who had chest pain and coronary problems. Of those in the group that was studied, the ones who really felt that they were loved and supported by their spouses, even if they had high risk factors like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and so forth, diabetes, if they had a loving, supportive spouse, they had much less pain and much less effects of the disease. Love truly heals. Feeling loved also helps us to reduce stress, which is one of the key factors in illness. And so, and love others, because in giving love, we experience it again, right? The love that we feel. When we give love to others, we get blessed by the giving of that love. It reduces stress, and it also strengthens our immune system. So another example of how love heals is something that I found very fascinating, and some studies being done with DNA. So the DNA has the genes in our body that creates and manages how our physical body works. So the scientists imagined that they were sending love to some DNA in this, I'm sure, very super high-powered microscope. They were sending love to the DNA. And see these spirals here? When they sent loving thoughts to the DNA, the coils relaxed and they expanded. And then they tried sending fear to the DNA, and it just contracted and coiled right up. So that shows us clearly that the power of love for us to relax into our wholeness is there for us to use in our healing process. I just love that research. And so much research has shown that love truly does affect our physical bodies. Bruce Lipton is a biologist, a research biologist who's done a lot of study. We've always been taught that disease is inherited. Actually, less than 1% of disease is caused by genetic factors. And so why do we inherit the things from our parents? We also inherit the beliefs of our parents a lot of times. Their beliefs are causing certain illness. Therefore, if we believe the same thing, we may get the same illness. But Bruce has told us through his extensive research that we are not bound by the DNA we have in this moment, that the DNA can be changed, the genes can be modified, which much of scientific community has not yet accepted this idea, but I believe eventually it will be so obvious they have to accept it. So we are not bound by our DNA or our genes or our negative beliefs, because all of that can be changed, as we know in Unity. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, said, all healing is based on mental cleansing. When the mind is free from error thoughts, there's harmony in the body. Now, this quote has a lot going on for it here. Healing is based on mental cleansing. It is our beliefs that create these conditions. When the mind is free from error thoughts, what are those error thoughts? He says those are false beliefs in our mind, but they are not true. Remember, the illness is a fact. It is temporary. Facts can be changed. Illness can be healed. He said, when we are free from the error thoughts, there is harmony in the body. So we can eliminate these negative thoughts by using some of our unity prayer principles. So the first thing that I like to do is denounce the condition. This illness has no power over me. This illness is not my truth. I release it and let it go. God as me is much greater than this illness. It is not mine. I release it. And that goes for any condition in your life, whether it's relationship difficulties, lack of finances, whatever the challenge is, you can always say, this has no power over me. If you feel someone is blocking you, that's never true. No one and no condition can block your good from coming to you. So whatever condition seems against you, just say, this has no power over me. So we denounce it, speaking that word of truth with power and spiritual confidence. This is not my truth. I release it now. And then, of course, what we want to do is to immediately declare the truth. I am the radiant life of God. Divine health is my inheritance, and I claim it now. So whatever affirmation you want to use, speak it with power. And use juicy words that make us feel good, like radiant, vibrant health, strength and vitality, vim and vigor, because you want to elicit a positive emotional response with your affirmations. And then, of course, define your vision. What do you want to see? Well, of course, we want to be healthy. But what would you see yourself doing if you were healthy? Would you be playing with the grandkids? Would you be on the golf course? What would you be doing if you were truly, fully healthy and vibrant and energized? And just who would you be with? So spend some time in meditation saying, this is already done for me. This is what I want. It's already here. The minute you define it, it exists in spirit. And then you call it forth. So define your vision. Know why you want it, what you want, so the universe can fully support you. And then know that it is already done. As I said, the moment you have a clear concept of it, the universe moves into action to bless you. The problem is the last part of this, but let me go to the gratitude first. Be grateful now that it's already done. Continue to give thanks in advance, one of the greatest practices of faith. Give thanks in advance. It is already done, is already mine. Claim it in the present tense. Even though the body may not feel like it, we claim that truth. And then, of course, stay aligned, because doubts can come in. Then you may get impatient. Why isn't this changing? I don't feel it yet, So every time you get that, go back to the vision. Go back to giving thanks. Go back to declaring, not my truth, this is my truth. These are powerful prayer principles that I know you know. And they are principles that help us to heal and claim the truth of our divine inheritance of vibrant health and well-being on every level of our being, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. It all works together. It definitely takes our attention. It's important that we pay attention to what we're thinking, what we're feeling, so that if whatever is there is not in alignment with our truth, we can change it. We can choose, and we can choose again. So if you are having a health challenge, know that it is even if someone says that it's incurable, it means that it is curable from within. All healing comes from within. And every one of us is spiritually equipped to manifest a healthy body and mind and life. And so it is. God bless you. Oops, you got it. Let's see.
Joy deep in my soul. I've got joy from my head to my toes. I want to share it, share it, share it with the whole world. This joy, blanket of love for me and you will cover the fears we all go through. Joy, a smile will lighten the dark. Let the sun melt the pain in your heart. You can heal it, heal it, heal it. Beams of joy. Let your essence be your guide, connecting you to the divine, and smile, smile. Sometimes life kicks you around, but you need to get up, get your feet back on the ground. Joy deep in my soul. I've got joy from my head to my toes. I want to share it, share it, share it with the whole world. This joy, a blanket of love for me and you, cover the fears we all go through. Joy, when you're in a joyful state, the world becomes a peaceful place. So let the light shine out of your heart, and hope will bring you from the dark. I got this joy down deep in my soul. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? It's out of control. Gonna share it with the whole wide world. This joy down deep in my soul. Joy in America, north and south, and all the good in Europe and the whole world around. Asia, Africa, Australia too. That's a whole lot of joy we can tap into. Joy deep in my soul. Got joy from my head to my toes.
Thank you, Reverend Virginia. Thank you. That was beautiful. This is the time in our service where we give of our tithes and our love offerings. If you're not able to give today, you can always give online at any time or call the office. You can call the office. We'll take it anytime. We appreciate it. So if you will take your love offering And together we will say, divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send forth this gift with my blessings and my love. We thank you for this offering. We know that it is given in love and it is received in love. Know that it moves through this ministry with the energy of divine love. Out into the world is only good. Each giver is blessed. Each giver is loved. We bless the receiver and fill our gift with love. And so it is. Amen. Now, if you'll join me in our prayer of protection. Light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. All is divine. Namaste.
Just a few quick announcements. Now, you had a taste of her crystal bowl earlier, and you see her Tibetan bowls here today. When you finish with service, walk around to the cafe, have a cup of coffee, some things, and then about 12:15, venture back up here, because Reverend Walsh is going to present a, see if I get this, Sacred Sound Singing Bowls meditation right here in the sanctuary. So walk back, come over. The suggested donation is $10. Come in, join in, and it's payable at the door. So if you've never attended one of these Singing Bowls meditations, they're wonderful. You will really, truly enjoy it, and it will really put you in a wonderful presence of yourself. So come on over after you finish over there. Next Sunday, Reverend Luce is returning from her sabbatical. She will be doing next Sunday's Sunday service. So I'm sure she's going to come back refreshed, renewed, so get ready for it. So following the service next Sunday, the hospitality team has put together kind of a little welcome back ceremony in the cafe. So come be part of that celebration as she returns. And also, Bonnie, are you here, Bonnie? Yeah, Bonnie's here. Bonnie is also sponsoring a bake sale next Sunday in the cafe, and she's asking if you bring cookies for part of the bake sale, and she would be more than happy to take care of that. If you have any questions, Bonnie will be sure to ask those or answer those. Then the following week is potluck. We sure do eat a lot of food around here, don't we? So on the 30th is potluck, so bring your appetite, bring some of your favorite recipes, some of your favorite creations, and join in with that favorite dish with your spiritual family. And always remember, you got the weekly wake up, you've got the website, you've got the bulletin board over here, just keeping in track of what is going on and all the events that are taking place here at Unity of Citrus. And now I'm going to ask Reverend Walsh if she'd come forward and kind of give us an end-of-service blessing, followed by the peace song.
Thank you. I just want to say it's been wonderful being here. Thank all of you for your wonderful hospitality. And as you leave today, I invite you to, this week, take time to really notice what you're feeling moment to moment through your day. Take time to affirm the truth that you are the power, the presence, the light, and the love of God. And you are that power and presence in every moment, in every place. Keep coming back to that truth, and it will bless your life richly. So it is. Have a great week. Thank you.
Song.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Yes.
We'll do.
to my toes. I want to share it, share it, share it with the whole world. This joy, blanket of love for me and you will cover the fears we all go through. Joy, a smile will lighten the dark. Let the sun melt the pain in your heart. You can heal it, heal it, heal it. Beams of joy. Let your